Hello again. Welcome to a little different repair tutorial. This is about a broken plastic focus knob in a Leica M 35mm 2 made in Canada. Well, what can one say? This is actually a nice lens, yeah, but it has a problem. See, the knob is in two pieces. Not really good for a lens of that price. I mean, it should look like something, almost something here, but of course it doesn't, because well, the design of, or the material they have used, it's not really good, in my opinion. Well, what can we do about it? I need to go into the screw here. And of course, this, I think I'm not close enough. This part here has to go into the to the plastic here as an insert kind of thing. So what to do about it? Well, I will use some Loctite to come to component, kind of. It's the 770 primer, and the Loctite 406, which is not super glue as normal, but it's a bit slower. But this one, it make it easier to use on plastic, and I mean most plastic and rubber. So, but I need to get into the screw and get it out. So first thing I need to do is to take the back front, no, sorry, the back retaining ring here. It has two notches, there and there, and it has to be screwed counterclockwise. So, and I will use this old compass, which I have grind and filed, so those tip actually fit very good in those notches here. It's adjustable, and it's actually an old compass. I mean, I need some really sticky gloves, which is for gardening thing. I think you can buy them in some gardening shops, and it have a really good grip. So the lens is set to something like infinity. It doesn't really matter, because I will not turn that part. I will only turn the retaining ring. But of course, when I assembled the lens, the white dot has to sit in line with the infinity marks, and especially the small arrow there, a kind of an arrow, so it's set correct. So I will just adjust this nice old tool for take out the retaining ring. I don't know how Leica do it, or those repair shops, but this will work, as it has done many times, different lenses. Sometimes it's tight and sometimes not. Yeah, well, this was okay. Then one just need to unscrew it. Nothing's really special about that. But the sticky gloves make it much easier. Then take the whole thing apart. That's it. There's no locking screw that so this one can only sit in one place, but in some lenses Leica has made there are, but not for this one. So next you can see the small screw sits here, and it's difficult to come in and screw out. Not really easy. So I need to take another ring off, which sits really tight. There's a locking screw here. So this ring with the two notches, one here and there, it has to be unscrewed counterclockwise. Now, first thing do, because then it will be a lot easier to get things in place. We set a mark here on the, of course, on the ring, but also on the inner focus spring part, because then it will make it easier when putting it back in again, because of the thread has to sit correct. So fully unscrew this. Is a 1.2mm flathead screwdriver, nothing really special, but this pin is not just a thread, it's a pin with a little, a screw with a little longer part without a thread. So it has to be unscrewed fully. If not, you probably damage the small screw. And the screw actually gets into the, not only to the retaining ring, but also into the focus ring, and further into the one part of the focus system here. But I will show you. So again, I will use my nice old tool to unscrew it. And it has to sit a good fit. And then unscrew it to the near end, like 0.7, and then unscrew it, and it sits tight. Of course, I've been into the lens and investigate what's actually happened. So it comes off. Now, before we go any further, I just need to know how many turns, revolution it will do, because when putting things back in, the infinity has to sit at the arrow, and the mark which I set here has to sit correct. So how many revolutions do this retaining ring need? Well, just to make it easier for people to see, I just set a mark here and a mark here. So I have an idea how many revolutions there will be. Well, 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. So here it comes off. So something like over here, it will get off. So I can just put another mark just to make it easier. So now I know where the ring came off the thread. Put this aside. And there you see the underneath where the focus ring is. And if I lift it up, you will see another hole here, which is the actual focus ring. So the screw, or the small pin, lock pin, goes through this hole. Now put this aside, and then we continue with this one. Doesn't really need gloves. So the only thing I need to do is take the small screw out here, if it's possible. Yes, I hope it is. Oh, see, it's much easier to catch it. And this small tiny brass has to go into here. Like this. So now then we take that part out again. So, and just, of course, it fall off. Something like this, we can have it here. Now to the chemical stuff. And before we actually do anything, I need to clean some of the part. I will use some lighter fluid and a piece of leather, which is for washing. And I just add a few drops of lighter fluid, just to clean this stuff. It's better to glue with clean parts. And like this. Maybe someone can buy a new of those, but I guess they will be expensive. I mean, not really the parts, but it will be expensive if Leica or another repair shop has to do the actual repair. So I just add the activator on one part. So it's so. And I'm sure I have to do it on the other. I mean, some parts need only one, and other parts need both of them. It depends. So, and then the glue. Just a tiny amount. It's not really that much, just a. So I think I will glue the actual small screw that has to sit somewhere here. And I think it will be something like that, and then quickly I think it will be, go on. something like there, and then press them together. Not really the best tight fit because of it has been glued before, but I guess it has been with other, I mean just ordinary super glue or crazy glue or whatever name they have. So but I think this will work a little better, especially if I add some glue in the middle, and it has to sit off center, just like here. Where did it went? Here. So like something there, and then fill up the rest of the hole here. Because of the activator, it will glue better. So, and just tool to something like this. And then I will just use a knife, sharp knife, to cut the glued part away. I hope it will work. So I think it will be okay. That's here. I mean, you never know, but yeah. So it will just suck in and dry up as it should. So now I will just have a break when it dries. So I will be back. Now the glue has, after some half hour ago, it looks really fine. So I can actually just continue with assembling the focus knot on this lens. Get the old stuff away. Really bad. I mean, it should be much better compared to the price that this lens actually cost. So and then I will just do some gently cleaning. Not something special. just add a few drops of fluid in. In this case it's lighter fluid. So now it looks really good for that. So now it's time to put things back in again, and it can only sit one way because the two pins here, there and there, is off center, so it has to sit like this. So it is. Okay, I can see there has been some other who has tried to glue something. Maybe it's crazy glue, so I guess so, but of course I don't know. You see, crazy glue is good for something and really not good for other things, like this. Now, then I can just put on the screw, and maybe I should add some thread lock. Maybe not, but I will do so. Just one drop, and of course I will use it for, oh, a little too much. Well, I will use it later. Now, just add a little. I will do all of it. And it's the Loctite 222, which is the purple and the softest of Loctites. So it's good for small screws, like those in cameras and stuff. So here we can see how it looks. And just gently tighten it. So it looks really good. So it's time to put things back in. Well, I think I will just do some. I mean, there are so many dust in this lens. Like here, a lot of it looks like something that should have been cleaned off for a long time. Whoa. A lot of things. So it's just so it not fool around in the lens, and I like to make it look nice. Now, this ring can only sit in one place because of the small hole here, this hole there, and of course the point here. I don't know what one could call it. Doesn't matter. But this has to sit there. So there, and it's on the infinity mark here. So the only thing I need is to put this ring on. And what that will do. And you probably remember I put a mark here, so I know where this ring's thread actually start. So it will be easy to just put it on. And maybe I should just add, I mean, it shouldn't be necessary because there's a lock screw here. So I will not add any thread lock on this one. It's not really necessary. So just have your finger here, it's at infinity then, and you just screw this on. And I have to end up over here with this small mark, which I said before I disassembled the lens. And as I still have the infinity mark here, I just have to screw it very, very tight, this retaining ring here. Then I will grab my very sticky yellow gloves, and maybe I will be out of frame because it's better to have a good grip, but let's see what's happened. Not enough. Just need a little more. Oh, wow. And of course the last. Yeah. Here we are. Whoa, it sits really tight. And then I can just add my small set screw, and I think I will just add a little thread lock on this tiny one, because then it will not fall out again. I can just use this just a little, and then add the screw. So don't over tighten it, it's just a small tiny screw. So here we are. So that's it. Almost. So I will add the lens assembly and put it in here, and in this case I will just add a tiny amount of thread lock. So I will just dip it like this and put something over here. It's not really much, but it will do. So like this. So now we are almost there, and the white dot. Oh, you can just take away some of this dusty thingy. Oh, the amount of of shit is in there. Well, what can one expect? It's not a new lens, so that it must be so. Now, Then put the white dot has to sit in line with the infinity mark. So the only thing I need to do is hold it just a little tight without pressing on the knot. It's not really hardened yet. And then add the retaining ring. Just catch the thread. It will give a little click. So see, sticky gloves are really effective for some things when working with that kind of stuff like this. Adjust my adjustable walking stick or compass or whatever name they have. It's there, and then tighten it. And here we are. I will not use the focus knob as much as I could, but because it needs to harden 1 hour or so. So yeah, so it's actually that, and I hope you can use the information in this video. So bye bye.